Hello, the Tesar and Quiram families are proud to sail it on for Clear Lake Yacht Club, Pewaukee Yacht Club, and the ILYA. Our family has been positively affected by the ILYA and sailing in general because it's a way for us to have more family time and time with each other. I've sailed with my daughters on the MC and that has been a very special time for me. We've taken our daughters to export regattas, and that's also been a very special time for me. And the ILYA is really all about relationships. So it's building our family relationship as well as then meeting people from other lakes and establishing those relationships and friendships that will last forever.
I didn't realize when I was young that scow sailing was going to have a lifelong impact on me. Although I grew up in a sailing family, we moved away out of the Midwest. I was young and I didn't get a chance to grow up fully immersed in Inland Lakes yachting. However, when I met Mark in college, he's a sailor, involved in an ILYA club, and at that point was able to get involved in sailing again. And it has been such a privilege, especially after being away from it for many years, a privilege to be able to be involved with it, and even more so to be able to share the experience of being involved with scow sailing and attending inland regattas with our children and having so many wonderful shared experiences.
I think the shared experience in the ILYA is very special because of the relationships that we build and the relationships that we can have with our family and with friends, the experiences of traveling the lakes, all the way from packing the boat up and hitting the road and the time that's spent in the car, as well as then unpacking and rigging the boat and getting ready to sail. And as a parent, it's very special for me when we were sailing next boats, or when the kids were sailing next boats, and I could take them along. That was always very fun. And as having my kids sail with me on the MC was extremely important to me and something I'll cherish the rest of my life. It's a very special time.
Each year it's so much fun when sailing season starts to reconnect with our sailing friends in our own club that we haven't seen maybe for all winter. And then as we get closer to regatta season, it's so much fun to anticipate and then be able to meet up with people that we only see a few times each year perhaps, and we may or may not communicate with them outside of sailing circles, but boy, it's pretty quick and easy to rekindle those friendships and just kind of pick up where we left off. It's an awful lot of fun to be involved with the racing and just the camaraderie on and off.
Yeah, I do have a special memory, and especially since this is going in conjunction with Dan and Tammy Quiram, and today is a special day for them because it's their 29th anniversary today when we're filming this. But that special memory is, or a special story I should say, is several years ago, more than 29 apparently, but Dan used to sail at Davenport, and that's where he grew up. Davenport, Iowa, sailed on the river, but he was here in Clear Lake for a couple of years. And that happened to be 2 years I wasn't here, but my brother was, and so Todd was sailing in sea boats, and he met Dan, and he thought, Tammy would like this guy. I need to get Tammy hooked up with him. But Tammy at the time had a boyfriend and was not interested in complicating her life by meeting another guy and wanted nothing to do with meeting this Dan guy. So a couple of years goes by, Tammy was over in Davenport wanting to meet some people and was hanging out at the Lake Davenport Sailing Club and talking to some people, and sure enough they said, we need to introduce you to this guy that he was gone for a couple of years, but now he's back here sailing. And so they introduced her to Dan, and they went sailing together, and then they started dating. And a few years later they got married, and now it's 29 years later, and they've got 2 kids, and we're all one big happy family.